Yeah, we in the building. Boardwalk Global Media. We got our headphones on. Mi gente, mi people. My people. I always get that wrong. All right, let's hit the button. Once again, it's Mi gente, mi people. Claudia CC Perez is in the building. Rock Logic's in the house. And we're going to make it a go, y'all. One time for your mind. Once again, this is another edition of Mi gente, mi people on Boardwalk Global Media. It is now, what's going on in the world? And if you're in the chat room, just send a text so I know you're there. So I can shout you out.
Mic check, check.
Yep, Claudia's in the building.
Mic check.
Ada's in the building. And Rock Logic's in the building. By the way, it's 44 degrees in New York City, and it's cloudy right now. It's gonna rain, gonna rain, gonna rain, gonna rain. The rain has not lived up to what they were talking about. It's been drizzling, but nothing heavy came down. Traffic's okay. No big deal. And we're going to do it like this, y'all. We do Mi Gente, Mi People every Saturday at 4 o'clock. We run a little late, and that's okay. We're here. Claudia was busy. She was doing stuff. That's what was going on, and now I want to find out. 1, 2, 3, and once again, welcome to another edition of Mi Gente, Mi People. With your host, Claudia CC Perez, and the co-host, Ada, in the building. A lot of things went on politically, but the one thing I definitely want to talk about before we get into it is the passing of the Kangol Kid from UTFO. The song that they made in the 80s was Roxanne, Roxanne.
Roxanne, Roxanne.
Which birthed a lot of, right? That birthed a lot of spinoffs and created some careers, right? Because Roxanne Shante would not have been Roxanne Shante if it wasn't for UTFO.
Absolutely.
Making Roxanne, Roxanne. Then it was the real Roxanne, and then it was Roxanne's Revenge, and it was like Roxanne is an animal. Like the whole Roxanne thing just went on, right?
Though, you know, in the hip hop era, she is a beast.
Yeah, God, no, don't worry.
You know,
Yeah.
I definitely will say shout out to the female MCs. We need to big them up because Roxanne, you know, she's a trailblazer.
And she is. And the cause of that was the fact that UTFO made that record, Roxanne, Roxanne, and then she did the answer to that, right? Right after that. And that was kind of the deal. Mm-hmm. So Kangol had colon cancer.
R.I.P.
And he had been in the hospital for quite some time with the colon cancer. He was 55 years old when he passed, so he's born in, I guess, 66, 67. And it was unfortunate, but what was cool was a lot of celebrities paid homage, went to go see him, right? LL went, and a bunch of other people went, and they took pictures with him. Matter of fact, the last celebrity that went to go see him was LL. Right. And, you know, they all knew that how influential Kangol was to hip-hop and to that era, right? Because they were they created a movement, technically, the Roxanne movement, without even really knowing it. You know what I'm saying?
I was young in that movement, and that was female MCs. Like, stop playing.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and that's when you got, you know, everybody else that happened after that, the real Roxanne and Roxanne Shante and all of that stuff. So I just wanted to say that really quickly. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to the Kangol Kid. I'm going to do a longer show on it on Christmas Eve on The Real Discussion. We're going to talk about it.
That's right. Bring it, Rock.
Yeah, and my relationship with Kangol. You know what I'm saying? We had a relationship and we were friends. He would come to the Shadow all the time.
The Shadow.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. He was big friends with Jody, and he'd come to the Shadow, and we'd have all kinds of conversations. So, you know, I just want to give him a big shout out before we moved on with the show.
But you know what's so amazing about that? Because you said the shadow, but you experienced it different than I did. You know, because you're in the business. That's why I appreciate like just the jewels you drop. And as I was a party goer, like I was young. Some probably shouldn't have been in there, but I was in there. You know, like at the end of the day, that was the hot spot.
Yeah, Shadow was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I experienced the Shadow as as being the MC for the Shadow and performing at the Shadow. And also, a lot of people don't know is that I was actually the EMT for the Shadow because I was an EMT. And every club has an EMT in it, right? Okay. So I had the license. So
that was your career.
Yeah. So I kind of doubled as everything. And then
that's what's up.
At one point, I was the DJ for the Shadow and EMT. So it was pretty funny. But me and Jody, we had doctors without licenses, right? Because we used to like people, fights happen in all clubs, right? And there would be a fight that would happen, and then we'd bring them into the triage room, right? Which was the coat room.
Okay.
Right? And she'd bring me the first aid kit, and I'd be in there stitching people up, and, because they got hit in the head with a bottle.
Let's talk about that. People sleep on that first aid kit.
Yeah.
Because it has so many things in there, like the tweezers and even the, I remember we used to take the so-called blanket.
Right.
And that was like alien wear.
Right.
But
that silver blanket, right? That's to keep you warm, right? That's how we treat for shock. We give you the silver blanket, but yeah. So we would be in there and we would stitch people up, and I think one time I had to do a splint. Somebody's arm got broken and like stuff like that. So
that sounds cool.
Yeah, it was an experience. Yeah,
look at you, Dr. Rock.
Yeah, I leave the DJ booth, put the microphone down, and be like, they would call me. They'd be like, "Yo, Rock, we need you to come to the coat room." And I knew if I go to the coat room, somebody got fucked up.
That was the trauma room.
That was the trauma room. And then I would go in, and then I would get them together and send them on their way home. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of the deal. Big shout out to Jody and the Shadow.
Would they get a discount if they came back, like half off entry?
I don't think so. I think if your head got busted with a ball, that shit was on you. You know what I'm saying?
No, listen.
But what's going on, Claudia? You had a big week. A lot of things happened.
My week.
Elections, right?
It's crazy. Like, you know what?
Food.
The universe. Listen, the spirit is alive. That's all I got to say. Our weather is crazy.
Yeah.
Today, shout out to Eddie Gibbs.
Oh,
I have to say that.
Well, first of all, who is Eddie Gibbs?
Oh, Eddie Gibbs has now gained the county committee vote to becoming the next assemblyman for the 68th district.
Wow.
That is huge right there. Like, and for all the candidates to put yourselves out there, because what people fail to realize when you're running for these positions, you put yourself out there. So It's a lot of stress, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of stress. And, my boy, he did it. He does the work. He's not perfect, but nobody is. There's room for improvement, which I see him, fulfilling that demand. Mm-hmm. And I just want to say congratulations to all the candidates, but especially my boy Eddie Gibbs. His story, and I'm not even going to highlight anything. Just go look him up. Google it. I'm not going to highlight it because
I don't want you to highlight it. Mm-hmm. But I would like for you to sort of explain some of the obstacles that he had to overcome to do.
He's had a lot of obstacles to overcome. And I will say, the atmosphere within the community became very ugly because it was articles out there about his past history where he's a convicted felon. Uh-huh. Who has served his time, and he's now gonna can be, after the general election, the next assemblyman. And that's a shout out to him because, you always see a lot of people in the community who use their felony as a crutch, I would say. He didn't. He owns it. he can tell his story. But I would say at the end of the day, you cannot judge a person solely by their past. You gotta judge them by their actions and what they've done since their past grievances. You understand what I'm saying? So the growth that I've seen in him, I'm very proud. I am very, very proud to say that he's been elected so far by the county committee. Now, the county committee in the 68th district was called today because Assemblyman Robert Rodriguez swore in the oath to accept the job through Kathy Hochul, which is the governorship. So for people who don't understand this process, your county committee, that's an important process. And, shout out to Harry Rodriguez. That's my Theo. I tell y'all that all the time. And he also was in the running. I was one of the people that got to nominate him. And I will say it wasn't the best because I was unprepared as usual. Well, not to say as usual, but it just kind of like took me and the atmosphere of everything that was going on. And what I need for them to understand is your county committee is very important, and they were called. And we had to pick the best person who we saw fit to fulfill this position. And out of all of the candidates, Eddie was chosen. So we cannot deny that. And
you know what I like about his story? I like the fact that he is a convicted felon. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing about that is, as a felon, you're not allowed to vote, right? They don't allow you to vote, but he was able to run.
Listen, this is not his first time at the rodeo. He's been around for a while. Currently, he's standing district leader. Currently, he's the district leader of the East Harlem Dems, which I am a part of and was previously the president of.
Right.
Now I have my emeritus status, and one of the things I find as an individual, in politics, what we find, especially with NYCHA, right, when we sort of align ourselves with particular individuals, we tend to get lashed back and we tend to get the side eye. We tend to get a lot of flack back. So a lot of our people are intimidated. I will say that. And this whole process was intimidating because here you are, these are leaders in your community. And to me, it seemed like it was a fight.
Okay.
And of course, any political arena is a fight, right? But just the things that came out and just the things that people said and came out of their mouths, that didn't sit right with me. What's going on?
I know. Hold on for 1 second. Hold on. Let me just do this. Hold on.
Okay, it wasn't in fully. Yeah, okay, thank you. Appreciate it. So, as I was saying before, this whole process can be intimidating if you don't know or understand it. So, due to the fact that Eddie got the county committee vote, which was today, December 18th, he also has an election on January 18th, which now goes out to the general public. So when they go out to the general public now, maybe if there's a Republican candidate, that candidate will be on the ballot, and that's what you're going to be voting on. It might be other candidates. I don't know. This is my first time going through this process, so I will keep you updated on my findings as we go along through the process. I will also say that it's an honor to be a county committee member because I have been at the table. A lot of us in NYCHA talk about wanting to be at the table. These are positions. County committee is called for special elections within your community under the Democratic Party. So it's a lot for you guys to digest and a lot for you to really understand when it comes to changing everything that's going on in your community. It's so many different levels of different boards you can join, different places you can promote change within your community. So today, I feel we made history. We were able to come together. We were able to choose someone. We're able to move forward. So I'm looking forward to the January 18th. Yeah, that's what we was talking about, right? Chime in anytime, Ada.
No, I'm listening to what you're saying. First one will be January and then again in June.
So even though whoever wins on January 18th, they will still have to run again to be elected in June, because they will just be filling in the duration of the time that Robert Rodriguez had left in his in his assembly seat.
Right. So in June, they will have the full term.
Yes. And that full term is 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe that, this position, y'all, and y'all have to understand, all your assemblymen in every NYCHA development should be looking at every single assemblyman coming in on June. And this is why. You know that Eric Adams has spoken to the public-private partnership, which incognito is Section 8 and the blueprint. You know that Brian Benjamin, who is on Governor Hochul's team, is interested in Section 8 private-public partnerships in development in NYCHA. So you have it on the federal level. You have it on the level of congressional level. So basically, our state assembly is the last stop that we have to push this blueprint back. Every single NYCHA development should be looking at their assembly person. You need to find out what is their stand. You need to understand what their vision is, what their view is. It's one thing just to say no to the blueprint, but also we have to present them with our plan and get them to agree to it. If your plan is resident management, get them to agree to it. If your plan is to be at that table, get them to agree to it. You have to start getting them to agree to these things, because again, without this state assembly seat, they will come and do exactly what they've coming to do. Again, last week, we spoke of a meeting where you had NYCHA there, you had Gregory Russ there, you had HUD there, you had Brian Benjamin there, you had a lot of people there. And they all are on the table. If they're have not already agreed to, they're on the balance of agreeing to the blueprint. So we must put our plans out there. Again, we have Mr. Ron Peterson on here telling you about how to incorporate, because you cannot take a vote for resident management unless your resident council has been incorporated. So basically, it will be a double incorporation. And you guys have to understand that. You guys have to get ready. Each development must come up with their own plan. It's not for the presidents or the boards or anybody to tell us what will and won't work, because we'll stay getting the same results. If you keep going to the same people asking for change, and they have not throughout the decades, because we all say it's decades of desolation that has happened to NYCHA. We talk about decades of malpractice. We talk about decades of living with lead. And I'm going to bring it up again. More than 1,000 kids, 1K, have been affected and documented by lead in NYCHA. That right there is our call. Stop asking, we want things fixed. We want new boilers. We want new roofs. We want everything to be changed. But we have to change the infrastructure. We have to change the structure in which it's governed. We have to change that. Because if we don't change it, we're going to continuously get the same results.
Here's the thing, right, that I wanted to say. Here's what I don't understand from the people that live in NYCHA. Because you mentioned decades of neglect in NYCHA, right? Which is true. Which I'm thinking that they see this too, right? When they used to paint your apartment and they used to take care of the grounds and they used to respond and they used to clean the hallways, right? Big shout out to Charles Lopez, who was big in NYCHA at the time. He was one of the supervisors for the maintenance that maintained the buildings in Queensbridge and Ravenswood and a bunch of other places. Okay. But my issue is, if it's not like you're not living it, right? You're living it. You're in it. You've seen the change. You've seen them cut back on services. So why are you not fighting for that as a people, for those services?
Because you know what? People lack hope. People lack, and they're tired, because and I see the wear and tear and in the residents. You know, we tell them constantly the same thing: put in a ticket. Like I tell my residents, put in your tickets. But you know what? Over time, it does help and it does change. You know, again, those same procedures need to change, because if I put in a ticket and it's no response, that they're telling you, why am I going to put in another ticket?
Right.
So that it can be
ignored,
non-responsive.
Or nicked out the system.
Yeah, right. We talk about that all the time, but it goes deeper than that.
I want to ask you, who's booting it out the system?
Your managers. Well, not specifically your managers. Your superintendent.
Well, maybe we need to get rid of them, because that apparently.
Listen, they make a lot of money, so yeah, we need to get rid of them.
Right, because that's a systemic problem coming from that level of the top. They're not the top, but that's a systemic problem, right?
But then they're told from their superiors to do that. That's the story that's not being told. Let me tell you something. A lot of NYCHA workers, they'll tell you behind the scenes what's going on.
Right.
But they cannot come out publicly, because that's why they have that union there, and then they have restrictions. You understand what I'm saying? It's even as, like we say, we want to hire our own residents to work in our own developments. When you hire them to work in your own developments, that's now a restriction in their participation with the betterment of their developments, because they are restricted in their interactions in what they do on the property. So they're held to a whole new different perspective.
Right.
You get what I mean? So it's you got to go into we say that it's systemic, right? But how do you break a system? You reroute, you change, you move it in another direction.
Or you destroy it.
Absolutely.
Right? Absolutely. And then you rebuild the system.
Absolutely.
Right? To make it work for you.
But the way it is, and this is one thing what I found out, because GSH is the heating company that has a lot of contracts, most of the contracts in NYCHA, right? And one of the things that I found out was, because consistently, I would say they had our boiler system for about 4 or 5 years now, right? They've been working with NYCHA for about 4 or 5 years, 6 years, going on 6 years.
Right after Sandy.
Exactly. So they came in, and this is the worst company. And I don't care what people want to say, and the company, they boast about what they do and how well they are. They are atrocious. And you know what? Y'all don't care about people. Because for you to do the jobs in which you do to our boiler systems and then want to blame it on NYCHA, let me tell you something. You're supposed to help the system because your system is going into another system. So technically, you're responsible for the entire boiler system. Not just the boiler system in the boiler room, but the individualized boilers that go into the buildings. So for you to tell me because you... Oh.
Yeah, it's good shit.
We're going to take a food break right now.
He keeps digging in the bag.
Come on. Y'all done brought me stuff from the pantry.
I was on a good roll. You can't be doing that.
Sorry.
Now we can't get, you can't open. No, I don't want
That's that good shit.
I'm going to let you. Yes, absolutely. So right there, you have a teardrop.
It's very good. By the way, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. We're going to go through this.
We keep on bringing you bags and bags of food.
Yeah, bags of food from the pantry. Well,
no, the cafeteria.
Listen, this is bam. I don't know. Go ahead.
That's raspberry, right? Or strawberry?
Raspberry is beautiful.
It's beautiful, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, I posted that on Facebook, and my cousin said it looked like puppy noses because of the way the little strawberries stuck out. Mm-hmm. You know,
very good.
But yeah, they are. Those are from where, Ada?
That particular one is from By the Way Bakery. By the way.
Okay.
Which I got to give a shout out to one of my stepmoms, Gladys. You know who you are. I bought her some of those, and she's 87 years old. And she sat there and had just one because she can't have more. She had one, and she kept on saying, "Could you bring me some more?" I'm like, "No, because you can't eat those that much."
Why she can't eat it? Ada?
She's 87 years old. She got to watch what she eats.
I got diabetes. Things going on.
Listen, when you that old.
Listen, she's 87 years old, and every day I bring her one of the bacha plates, and then she walks around holding onto the cabinets and holding. I was like, "Mom, why are you walking like that?" She goes, "Girl, you don't know. I'm full to the max." Well, she says it in Spanish. Tengo una altura encima. I was like, "Ma, you wasn't supposed to eat the whole thing." She goes, "I can't. It was good."
En español.
It was good. Yesterday, I bought her the chicken one, and she was taking a nap. She woke out of her nap, smelled that food. She was like, "Pass me a fork." They didn't even heat it up. Just pass me a fork.
Good food.
Yeah, I'm here to feed the people. I'm definitely here to feed the people.
I eat well on Saturdays.
You just interrupted my whole thought. You know what? We're gonna have to put Rock on intermission sessions because you don't know how distracting that was. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm talking and then my eyes just going towards the food. Like I know what that tastes like.
Oh yeah.
Like
now I do too. It's really good. The free food from the pantry.
Listen, I have food for the heart. I got food for everything. I don't see nobody today. I don't think I'm on my page.
No, you are.
I don't think I am.
Let me see. Let me check.
It's a merry Christmas, y'all.
That is Marisol Figueroa says yes.
Marisol. Cynthia was there. Okay,
Cynthia says,
you got to put me where I can see my people.
I'm sorry.
Mi gente.
Cynthia says, Rock Logic taste testing moment. Yes.
Cynthia, we got to do something with him, man, because I believe I was on a roll. But how you doing, Mama? How's your leg? I hope you're doing well. We're praying for you. Look. Remember? Yeah. It's Christmas, y'all. I know I could talk about nicer stuff, but I'm just gonna switch it up because I know that it's Christmas, y'all. It doesn't feel like Christmas, but guess what? Oh, let me talk about my baby girl.
Please do.
Now, my baby girl, for those viewers who don't know, my baby girl, she's a burn victim, and she's coming along nicely. She's 2 years in. God is amazing. But we had to go Christmas tree shopping. And Ada could tell you, we had this big conversation because, I started Googling what the Christmas tree was, what it meant.
Okay.
And
she didn't want one?
I didn't want one because it broke my heart to find out,
That what? What'd you find about the Christmas tree?
The paganism. The paganism behind the Christmas tree, but then I decided to take it from the Christianity point, where the 3 points are actually the points that of Christ,
Okay.
And that's where we're gonna leave it at, because you know what? Christmas is my favorite time of the year, and I'm more for like the giving part. I like to decorate. I want to listen to the carols. I like to watch all the movies. For those of you who don't know, PBS 7:30, the Charlie Brown Christmas special is coming on tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Yes, listen, that's what marked Christmas for me. And yay to all the kids in charters who got out on Friday. Y'all public schoolers, don't be mad. It's just a little bit more time with family, and I find that it made a big difference. So, the food thing, Ada, what did we do this week?
Where'd you send food, Ada?
Oh, we reached all the way out to Brooklyn.
Okay. Really? What happened? Talk to me.
We got pink houses, was it?
Hold on.
Albany houses?
Wait. I got a list. I'm going to delete you. The listo.
Okay. Everybody, we reached out.
We got nice. Okay, so there's 4 community fridges, one in George Washington houses, which is actually the second fridge. The first original fridge started in Dykeman houses.
Okay.
But we are also in Carver houses and West Brighton houses in Staten Island.
Okay.
So all of the other places that have interest in getting fridges, but we've actually accessed and are giving food to on a current basis is Isaacs, Johnson, Taft, Holmes, Redfern, Throgsneck, Albany, Morris, Clinton, Astoria, Lexington, Carlton Manor, Rutgers, Patterson, South Jamaica, Manny Martinez, Adams houses, another Ronald Topping. We also have Pink houses, Brownsville houses, Wagner houses, Webster, Morrisania. We have Ravenswood, Williams Plaza, Lehman Village, Harlem River. Shout out to Michelle. Gaylord houses, Upaka, Kings Towers, Lincoln houses, and Red Hook. I think that list was quite long.
So, wait. How much food are you giving them? How many plates have you sent out?
No. Okay. All about, there were actually 2,500 in Red Hook being distributed throughout Brooklyn. And then I have the 1,000, and this is on, what's going on?
Push that. There you go. Good.
Okay. Look on you.
Yeah, just do that. Just push it in. You good.
Yeah,
you
push
good.
it in.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Yeah. Pause. I just push it in.
Okay, so we've done. We were doing 2,500 in Red Hook,
right,
and the 1,000 benchmark. So that's 3,500 a day, and those meals are just meals that we do through in the morning. So it's a delivery, and that comes to us. So basically, like when the 1,000 meals come to me, I'm a distribution point. So all those developments around me, close to me, by me, they get dibs on that. And then, so you figure 3,500 for the last 3. Well, let me get the calculator.
All right, yeah.
I'm not going to.
It's 10,000 a day.
Listen.
How many?
10.
No, 1,000.
1,000. We get 1,000 Monday to Friday. 1,000 a day.
I'm talking about the 2,500 that also go to Red Hook, because we are all in the same. This is all Doug.
Yeah, gotta get.
I'm gonna just say that 1-800 get a Doug. I will tell you that.
Word.
For real. So wait, where's my calendar? Look, you want me braggadocious? Here it is, calculator. So you have a total of 3,500 times 15, because it started 3 weeks ago. So that has been 52,500 hot meals distributed throughout all 5 boroughs just from those 3,500 meals. Now that's not including where the fridges are, and we have set it up where other restaurants are delivering locally to the different developments. So they're getting an average. Each development I mentioned will either they have or will start to get 200 to 250 meals per day.
Okay.
On a 5-day-a-week basis, just for their residents. So again, like, we're in the food business. Excuse me.
Without being in business. Yeah, don't be coming over here with that Omicron. Don't be trying to Omicron niggas.
No, we'll talk.
How's that going in housing? The Omicron.
Omicron, I haven't heard too much.
Okay, I'm just asking.
I know it's spiked all around though.
Yeah,
like,
there's a line in front of the studio right now because they're all getting tested.
Let me tell y'all something. Do what you need to do to be safe. It is the holiday season. I want y'all to understand. We need to be around our family. Family is important. Family are the ones that we want to be around. If they're not family, you can see them later. For right now, be safe. And I want every single person. I don't, we're talking about Scott LaRock, Bismarcky.
Yeah.
We've lost a lot,
Kangol. What's the dude from Houdini? That passed? It wasn't Jalil. Was it Jalil who passed?
I'm not sure.
Or was it Ecstasy? Ecstasy passed from Houdini. Right?
We lost a lot of people. And do your best to stay alive. That's all I ask of you. Do your best to stay alive. And when you feel there's people around you that you don't feed off it, like you're feeding off their negativity, remove them from your space immediately. Because of COVID, we have very little tolerance. We have very little for ourselves because we have exhausted so much on others. So self-care is very important. We're going to, I want y'all to really understand that. It's not a gift this year. The gift will be making it past the new year. That should be everybody's gift. Making it past New Year's and making it past COVID. Because COVID is not over. It's going to keep rearing its ugly head. We're going to have to keep adapting. We're going to have to keep changing to keep ourselves safe. So whatever that may be, keep yourselves safe. And for those of you who are walking around with fake vaccine cards,
that's federal.
Cut it out. You understand what either you are or you're not. You understand what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, do what you need to do to be safe. And that's all we need is to be safe for this holiday season. Because you see the numbers going up. The numbers don't lie. 560 people died yesterday. Remember, those numbers started off the same way at the beginning of the pandemic. Y'all have to pay attention to what you're doing, who you're around, and whether you're vaccinated or not. Use precaution. Wear that mask. I'm tired of it. I am totally tired. Like, I am over the mask thing. But I still wear it as a precaution to keep myself and others safe. Like, we call ourselves being selfless. That means putting that mask on. It's just something that you put over your face. That's the first step.
Tracy Picard says, there is no clear data regarding COVID-19 or the Omicron deaths or infections in NYCHA.
Absolutely. Remember I said you are absolute. Hi, Tracy. Merry Christmas. Yes. Tracy, we coming out there to you too. I'm gonna hit you up when we get off here.
Where's she from?
She is from Gowanus. That's Brooklyn. Like, my Brooklyn. Let me tell y'all something. My Brooklyn people stand up for me, and that's what I love. Even though I'm from Manhattan, like I said, I'm New York. Period. I go in any borough and I show love.
NYCHA's NYCHA, baby.
There you go. But yeah, it was just I was so happy to get in contact with pink houses. I need Cypress houses. For y'all don't know who are listening, get me in contact with Cypress Houses president. I need to reach them. And that's what's the most beautiful thing here. Every single development that I have mentioned, I am working with their presidents. I am working with the structure in which is provided for us to provide services to our developments. You understand? We could fight the structure all we want, or we could disagree with the structure, but the structure is there for a reason. Utilize it. And that's what I'm doing. You understand? Because we are going to be one nation. Okay? We're going to be all under the same umbrella because we are all one people. Mi gente, my people. And I say it twice because I want everybody to get it. I need everybody to get it. Rock, you looking like, what else you gonna get out the goodies?
Oh, no, I'm trying to be cool now.
You're trying to be cool. Well, listen.
That chicken cutlet was rocking.
Listen, yes, the breaded chicken cutlet with the Spanish rice.
Fantastic.
With the side of, listen, I got 8 of eating spinach.
Yeah.
Eat healthy.
Yeah.
I've been eating a lot of spinach the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Help you move your bowels.
I'm excited because I got, starting the new year, I will have vegan meals coming to me from the restaurant that Eric Adams frequents in Harlem. I do believe they will be delivering meals to Washington houses.
Right, because he's vegan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm interested. I'm trying to change everybody's palate. Like, listen, I'm trying to change the palate because as we got older, we need to be more refined in the food that we eat. We can't just keep eating the garbage, even though it tastes good. Like, I'm a cheeseburger girl. What you go for? Cheeseburger, right?
We got to broaden our horizons.
I had a Big Mac yesterday. I'm just saying.
Listen, I haven't had one in a long time.
I had an attack.
I think I'm going to go for a Big Mac. Do you crave Whoppers?
Yeah, I do.
Remember the old school Whoppers where you get the real flint and it doesn't taste like cardboard? Because now it kind of like, it takes it. Yeah, it's kind of tough. Like, they keep it on that burner too long. Yeah. But yeah, absolutely.
I think it's a different meat now. I don't understand.
But yeah, it's Christmas, y'all. I won't be here next week. I'm debating. But it's up to y'all. I'm going to put a poll up on the page. Okay. If y'all want to spend New Year's Day with me.
Christmas Day.
Christmas.
No. Sorry.
That's talking about New Year's?
New Year's.
That's interesting.
Day.
Okay.
New Year's Day. I'm going to put a survey up. We're going to put it on Ada's page. And for those of you who, share this. Today we are all over the place as usual because that's me and that's my mind and that's, y'all know I'm full of greatness. And all I do is want to be great in what I do for the people. Because I do it like I'm doing it for TV. And eventually, that's probably where we'll be, right, Rock?
TV all day.
TV. We need to do our own little station. Listen, you know what it is, too? I don't like to be in the studio too much. I want to be around y'all. I want to interview y'all. I want to have a Tell 'em Why You Mad Son session.
Right, that's right.
Y'all remember that? Back old school radio hip hop? Like, Tell 'em Why You Mad Son? And the mad rapper come on like, yo, he stole my Frosted Flakes or he drank the last of the milk. I couldn't even eat my Frosted Flakes. It was all scratching my throat. I miss that, and I want to create that. Don't laugh, Rock.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
See, but I want to create that for us. That way we have our own therapy. We need therapy. We need our own release because we spend every single day of our lives fighting. Right. You wake up to a fight, and then they wonder why they go, oh, you so hostile. No, because you know what? On an average, everyday basis, I have to be this way because if I show any type of kindness, y'all are gonna eat me up. Y'all are gonna leave my residence with nothing. Y'all are gonna leave my residence, and it was 219. They still ain't listen. All this week we was fighting for hot water in my development, and that's why I brought up GSH because they are the worst. And
so wait, you didn't have hot water?
They turned the water off totally on Monday to clean the system.
Okay, we got a big water tank. They have to empty it. Then they empty it. Then they get in there and scrub it. And they can't do it in the summer because it's too hot for people to be in there. Okay. Like, this is old school. And you would think, right? What year is it?
2021.
Right? Almost 2022, right?
Yes.
So why are we still using... You remember the Little Rascals? When you used to see the workers on the chimney cleaning the chimney from
chimney
the roof.
Sweepers.
Okay, chimney sweepers are cleaning our vat that holds the water.
Oh, wow.
So they can't do it in the summer because it's too hot
to be inside of it.
And then they can't do it in the pure winter because then it's too cold.
Right. So they got to catch it in the middle.
Yeah, so that's what they did.
So they turned off.
But listen where they messed up. We're going to talk about that now. Yeah. I'm glad you brought it up. So they knew that they were going to turn this water off, right? From my assumption, it was only 2 buildings, but it turned out to be all 14 buildings, right? So the whole time, and mind you, NYCHA put up the signs like about
2 weeks.
2 weeks before they was turning off the water. So they got the notification down.
Yeah, they prepped you.
Right? So I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm not going to have water on my name. I didn't realize it was all 14 buildings, right? Not only did it was all 14 buildings, they put water station will be at 1955. And that was on every flyer. So when I get to the office, because I'm waiting for my 1,000 meals, there's a line by my door, and I get all excited, like, oh my God, they're here so early. They gonna get their food early. They go, no.
Where's the water?
Where's the water?
Where's the water?
And I'm like, what are you talking about?
You're like, don't you want some food? Nah, we need water.
Exactly. So then I had to tell them, like, look, on the paper it says water station, not office space. Not here's the kicker though. Like I'm gonna end it with a kicker. So I'm like, it says water station. So when they say water station, that means they hook up a hose to the fire hydrant. And then take the hose and hook it to a faucet like thing where it's like 3 different pipes where you turn it and you get your bucket of water. You gotta come with your own bucket. And that's how you flush your toilet. But mind you, 14 buildings, right? So they put 1955. So I'm like, wait a minute. The lady, one lady goes, well, management sent me over here. I said, what? So I'm like, why would management send you to me? I don't work for NYCHA. Again, TAs don't work for NYCHA. I was like, why would you even come here? Well, you always doing stuff. Thank you for acknowledging me. But at the end of the day, I don't work for NYCHA. They said water station. So I call, and they're like, oh, no. We're putting one up on 99th Street.
Mind you, they put up one in 2nd and 3rd Avenue.
Right.
You're putting one water station on 99th Street. So if you live in 218, which happens to be all the way in 104th Street, you got to take a bucket from 104th Street, walk all the way to 99th Street to go get a bucket of water.
One bucket.
However many you could carry.
Where that makes sense. Instead of putting 3,
they were supposed to put 3.
We are divided into 3 sections.
Why wouldn't they even just do it like one each building?
But mind you, they were busy sending them to me while they were setting up the station. So by the time I figured everything out and I called, they're like, oh, it's on 99th Street. So I'm like, no. Don't get off the phone. It's a quick walk. I'm walking. I don't see no water station. Then the housing worker, she said, yeah, mine's right there. So she showed me where it was. You get what I'm saying? That's where I see the hose hooked up to the hydrant with the little faucet thing. And it's like a little platform right there. You put the bucket on it and you let the water fall on it. So then now you have to redirect people so that's not my job. It's not my job. So later on throughout the day, here comes somebody else asking me for water. So I go, no, ma'am, we are not giving out no water. Would you like some food? So she took the food, and I go, well, if you want water, the water station is over there, because I walk outside with her. She go, oh, no. I just came for the water because I saw that they said you guys were giving water. I don't live here.
Oh, shit. Oh, well, that is the kicker, isn't it? I don't live here. I just can't get some water, baby. That's it.
Yeah, because what I realized from that was whenever somebody sees 1955, they know that it's me. So that, it's that relativity to each other.
Right.
You understand? But she sure enough said, no, I don't live here. Like, good luck with that. I'm going home. Thanks for the food, though.
Yeah, appreciate you. So they put one water station for the whole development.
For the whole development.
1,518 apartments.
Either how lazy is that or how stupid is that?
And they didn't set it up until about right before 12 o'clock.
So it couldn't have been done the night before, a couple of days before.
It should have been.
Right.
It should have been. So now here I am. I had to fight just for the one station to go up.
One station. 14 buildings.
There you go.
What are you, about 5 or 6 blocks?
We said from 97, 98, 99, 100, 102nd. No, 101, 102, 103, 104.
All right, so that's 8 blocks.
8 blocks.
We're 8 blocks long.
Not even one on each block.
And we are divided in 3 sections because where I live, there's building 1 through 4. That's section 1.
Okay.
Where Claudia lives in the beginning to 102nd. That's
99th to 102. Where we usually go.
Yeah.
Where the barbecue pit and everything
That's
is.
section 2.
That's the second side.
Then they have the third side, which is on 90.
Another 4 buildings between
Another 4
102
buildings.
and
So
104.
they should know better.
Yeah.
And this is just the non-communication because when I had to call somebody else to even answer my question of the water station. And then they didn't even know when it was put up until the point where they did know it was put up. But then again, you still had people coming in 1955 because I told you to put signs up redirecting them to 99th Street.
Right.
I'm not sure. You understand? So at the end of the day, yeah, I will do it because I'm an advocate. But again, NYCHA dropping the ball in something just as simple. No, but the thing was, so that was just the Monday. We were waiting for the water to come back. So the water didn't fully come back.
To like 7.
So till about 7 p.m. So from 8 a.m. in the morning to 7 p.m., nobody could have used their toilets.
Damn.
No, but common sense, like in my house, we all took a shower.
Fill your tub up.
We washed we washed the toilet and then we washed the bathroom and then fill up your bathtub.
Yes, yeah.
You're not gonna drink it. You're gonna use it to flush your toilet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, 101 when you know there's the water cutting off, fill your tubs up with water.
Yeah, Marisol, that's so ridiculous. 8 long blocks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Marisol, yes. And then that's not even a kicker. So 219, what's the one on the third side? 218 or 219?
Both of 219 is at my side, so it's 218.
218. They're still working on that hot water to this point. So everybody got water. Some got my
bill didn't get it till Wednesday.
Thursday.
Wednesday.
It was Thursday.
Thursday. We didn't get it till Thursday. Yeah.
Saturday. Thursday. So intermittently. So what happens is, right, instead of again taking the soot from the bottom and doing it like they supposed to do it, they turn it back on, and now all of a sudden it's blockage, and then it bursts certain things, and then you have to replace the water pump, and then you have to replace this, and but the thing that gets me about NYCHA and it's frustrating because you tell people it's only this ticket system. So every time you put in a ticket, there's somebody that comes to your door just to observe and assess. So let's just say I have a hole in my wall.
Yeah.
And the guy came to observe and assess and put a ticket in for the plasterer. But the plasterer isn't coming until 3 months down the line. I get tired of looking at this hole in the wall. So you put in another ticket. So all they're going to do is send that same person that came the first time to come and assess your problem again. And now what they do, they take your ticket and put it in for like that's the first time you putting in that ticket, and now your appointment gets pushed back sometimes.
Or when when the person comes and checks it out and readdress, they close the initial ticket.
That's what happens.
Open another ticket under the plaster, and then the plaster gets back to you for a ticket that's going to be assessed in another 3 months. You got to go to work. You got to take care of your kids. You got to do that. You're not going to remember that ticket was made for another 3 months. So when the plaster comes knocking on your door, you'll be like, oh, I didn't know. Or, oh, I forgot. That's what nature likes to like. Use it to their advantage. Oh, but we came, but you wasn't ready. Oh, you can't. We knocked on your door and nobody opened, and that's why things don't get
all the way back. Another, and there's a shortage.
Always.
But getting back to GSH, the heating company, what I found out is that it's a certain approval that you need to have to work with heating for NYCHA, and that pool. Let's just say. It's 4 companies in that pool that they get to choose from. And GSH is the best of that pool. So that is why.
And they're shitty.
Exactly. So basically, if we were to get rid of GSH, we would get worse service. So that's what they're telling you in a nutshell. And it's only because certain companies don't pass the qualifications or meet the requirements to make them a vendor to deal with the NYCHA thing. And this is why hence we have companies that do NYCHA the way they do NYCHA and rate them for all the money that they do. Because let me tell you something, they charge exorbitant amount of money. Like a water pump, you can go in Home Depot and pay like $30, $40 for. Yeah. They will charge NYCHA $150, $250 for it.
So I want to be clear about something. Quality of work is not a requirement.
No.
Well, that kind of defeats the whole shit, doesn't it?
You know, on paper, it doesn't say that outright, but as you can tell, with the stupidity that goes on. And let me just say, not all NYCHA vendors are like that. Because thus far, I've had interactions with some of the contractors. They've been done pretty good work. You have some who do, like for instance, the one that came and put the tiles in my apartment, amazing job. Like
quality.
Yes, like he came, he cut it very neatly. You know, made sure they fit, not looking like they're going on an angle. It's a straight line. So so they do have some, but most just do shabby work.
And to make it clear, people have this assumption or thought that because Claudia and myself and other board, we are part of the board, that our apartment looks immaculate. And then when we need something done, they come running to us.
Immediately.
No. We have to fight with the office the same way every other NYCHA.
Sometimes they tell us, we're working on the apartments that you gave us, and now you want us to stop that to come work on yours. We're going to tell the residents that.
What's up, Maria? She says, it's ridiculous, and you're right. She said, good evening.
Good evening. But, yeah, I mean, that's what they tell us sometimes. We're working on those tickets you gave us. You want us to stop so we can work on yours? Like, nah, don't do me like that.
Yeah, stop that bullshit.
You know what I mean? Like, don't do me like that. You know, it's kind of crazy. Again, it gets back to what I said, right, in the beginning. We have to change the structure. You have to change that structure. What it is, NYCHA has too many people supervising, and not enough people doing the work.
There's too many chefs in that kitchen.
And they make an exorbitant amount of money.
Yeah.
Too much money.
They're killing it.
You know, like, at this point, I'm mad I didn't become a NYCHA worker. You understand what I'm saying? Like, come on.
It's a good career.
Like, for real, though. You understand what I mean? But being on the other side of it and you see this, it's like, then you come to the political side of it, and then you're like, you know what? We got to create change on all levels. We have to be, again, we have to be ready. We cannot be constantly told what to do. And that's what's happening because we're not ready. We don't have a plan because a lot of you are out there saying no to the blueprint. But when they ask you, what do you want? You don't know what you want. Or you'll say, well, we want to save Section 9 as it is. What is it that you will lose if we change you from Section 9 to Section 8? You can't answer that question. You need to be able to answer that question. You need to be able to relate it to life matters in which you're living in today. You have to make it relative. You have to be consistent. You have to have evidence behind everything. You have to document. So yeah, I will give a shout out to all Washington houses. Those tickets are working. Where they used to come in and the no heat tickets they would say would be only like 10, they're getting close to 500. So y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all helping me help you guys. You helping me help us. Not even you guys, us, because I'm one of you. And I tell you that all the time. You could take the title away and I'm still going to be doing what I'm doing. At the end of the day, I like to walk. So that's why I have this talk show, so I could come and talk and relate it. Because, a lot of times I don't have time to be on Facebook. I don't have time to be on Twitter. I don't have time to do that. Because this right here that I'm doing is a fight for our lives. Right, it's a fight for every day, every single day. You know what? Like I said, as a people, we have so many struggles. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all, we don't even know what the effects are on our children. Our children are facing something right now. We need to wake up and we need to start realizing it. We need to open our eyes to it. We need to ask them, how are you? How are you feeling today? We really need to, because when you doing the back and forth, in school, out of school, you got to go get tested. That is a psychological effect on all of them. Most of our children are suffering from depression. Why? Because these are the cumulative ages in which interactions form who they are as human beings, and they cannot do that. They cannot do that. They haven't been able to do it going on 3 years now. This is not normal. No. This is having an effect. This right here, we need to really, really, really sit behind our kids, uplift them, have them, love them, hold them, talk to them. Because a lot of them don't talk to us. We don't know what's going on as parents sometimes in our child. As much as you might think you might know what's going on in your child's life, you don't know. Because again, you have to remember when you were that age, did you tell your parents everything? How sneaky were you? How much stuff did you hide from your parents? How much stuff did you do without them knowing?
Everything.
Exactly. So we as parents, as adults, are here to teach our children to be productive citizens of their communities. Point blank and simple. And if you are not acting or showing or leading in what you are out there portraying, then you're a fraud. And I'm here to call a fraud all day long. And that's what we need to get out of our politics. That's what we need to get out of our lives. That's what we need to get out of our corporations. Every single person should not be going back to work in corporate America, because there is no corporate America without us.
And you're right? Because the energy of anything is the people. The energy of anything, right? Mm-hmm. New York City Transit doesn't run if people don't get on the train. It's just an organization.
See when they boycott the bus.
Right. A corporation is only a corporation based on how many people patronize that corporation or work in that corporation.
And you notice if you cross the bridge, even cross the bridge to New Jersey, you need a car to go anywhere. But we have a system that it's practically at our door. We have a cab, we have a bus, or a train in the corner. If we were to boycott them, you know how this whole city will crumble?
And you know what?
We need to...
Rates would go down.
There you go.
Fares would go down, but we don't fight like that.
Why not?
I think there's lack of unification based on personal circumstance. I think people go, well, you know, I still got to go to work or I got to do this. And they're not willing to making a sacrifice. You'll complain about the fares, but you won't do what it takes to sacrifice to bring them down, to make a statement, right? And so, or lose the convenience, right? Because you can get to work without the train. You know what I'm saying? You just got to figure it out.
We got bikes.
That's it, right. You got city bike and all this stuff.
In other countries, that's all you see is bikes.
Yeah, Amsterdam, 100%.
That's why we all big. If we all got bikes, we'll be in shape because as many hills as in the Bronx and even
Bronx
you know how far
scooters.
Away stores and everything is in Brooklyn. How many blocks you got to ride to get something? Like I said, we would be in way better shape. That's the whole food thing, though.
Yeah.
That's the whole food thing. I'm trying to introduce our palates to new things because as we get older, we are more refined. And I'll repeat that. I think that's my motto.
Yeah.
So, I think we've covered a lot.
Yeah, you ran the hour.
Listen, wonderful. I'm that
what
girl.
You do. Black girl magic.
Absolutely. And I own that. I own that so much. I own that. You like people don't really understand. Like, I'm a black girl living in this world, just trying to get a squirrel.
Okay, we'll take that.
Yeah, we trying to get some Skrilla up in here. So you know, there's a new year coming. There's Christmas coming. What you want to leave the people with? Because this should be it. Because next time you're going to see me will be New Year's. Like, straight up. It'll be 2022, y'all. And this has been, like, an amazing road. I mean, I started in March. I had multiple co-hosts. I had a couple of guests. I know I've done my 13.
For sure.
I've done my 13.
Yeah, you've done the whole season.
So, like, that is achievement within itself. Look, remember y'all when I used to come and be like this, then I didn't know, and then look, I'm even working on the eye-to-eye contact. Look, I only got the legs.
I want to go back and see your first show because you were yelling at the top of your lungs the whole time. She was like, ah! I was like, okay, Claudia.
But you see,
That's her all the time. She's always yelling.
No, I'm just naturally loud.
Yeah, but you're developing your broadcast voice.
Absolutely. You know, I'm toning it down.
You've done that.
It up.
Yeah.
I'm toning it down, turning it up, you know, bringing it to you just the way it is, how I am, how I see it. Like I said, you know, this is just my view. My view isn't law. This is just me and Rock and Ada and whoever is in this studio at the time. Just kicking the breeze and giving our opinions, because I could tell you opinions are like buttholes. We all have one.
Which is interesting, right? Because you're right. We're not going to see you till 2022. So let's talk about 2021. Wow. What have you done in 2021? Let's do a quick recap. Right?
I could be a witness to a lot she's done.
Ada, go.
Today, when I got to the event.
I want to go back from like March. I want to go back through the summer.
No, I noticed.
Or you want to work backwards?
No, I've noticed it today. When I walked into the event, not even walked in, I turned the corner and got into the crowd. It wasn't, hi, Ada, how you doing? Oh, everybody was like, where's Claudia? Is Claudia coming? I'm like, yeah, she should be on her way. And I'm getting stopped by everybody. Where's Claudia? Where's Claudia coming? I said, she's on her way, guys. Relax, she's coming. And I'm like sitting there in a little corner minding my business and thinking, wow, Claudia's done a lot this year. Because everything is, where's Claudia? What Claudia's doing? She's doing this. I was like, yo, she's working on things. You got to hold on. No, it's all, where's Claudia? Where's Claudia?
You did a lot of stuff.
March, you come on, you know my short term ain't like that. Yeah. But we can go back. March we started. That was with Manny. That's when we decided to come on the air. We were trying to figure it out. I think me and Manny used to have real live boxing matches up there.
Absolutely, yo, sucking it out.
But that's my dude, yo. Like that's my A1 right there. Like,
big shout out.
You know what I mean? And that's just the growth in me. And I just, hope that I was able to show you guys that even you don't have to agree with me for me to like you.
Right.
We can agree to disagree, but it's just a tone of respect. I will also say, I toned it down in the media, because I used to be in a lot of papers and stuff this year, but I took it more home. I brought it back home where I was more on the grounds.
Didn't you do, hold on, let me think.
Well, we did the youth march.
You did the mayoral debate?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That was man. See,
remember that?
Yes, we did. We were
that
the
was in
first.
February, yeah.
We was the first to do a NYCHA mayoral debate, and we had, out of all those candidates, I think it was 9, we had 7 of them show up.
Nah. You talking about that was on the Zoom?
Yeah, that was 7 that was on
it was about, on the Zoom, it was about 15 people on the Zoom.
Wow.
You had Eric Adams included, and Scott Stringer was there.
No, Scott was the only one that didn't show up.
Right, Scott didn't show up. It was the other guy.
Eric Adams. You had oh my God. You had
Maya Wiley.
Maya Wiley. You had
the Garcia lady.
Yeah, Catherine Garcia.
Yeah.
You had the guy Yang didn't show up neither. He had COVID at that time.
Yeah. And you had the lady that actually showed up, which was
Jocelyn Taylor. Shout out to her because she's still in the fight,
And she came.
She's a leader. She was the only one that did show up. So, that was the debut. Yes, you're absolutely right. We did that in February, right before Valentine's Day.
That's right. And everybody was on the Zoom.
Yeah.
And
that's when we got our first one NYCHA banner.
That was it. That's right. And everybody was in the gym. So everyone was in the gym. Right, the residents were in the gym, and all the candidates were on the Zoom.
Online.
And what was so crazy about that is that had to come together in a couple of hours because everybody canceled. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. They were like, "Oh no, somebody made
a statement." Remember that?
Somebody made a statement that it was a COVID party, a
super spreader event,
super spreader. Nobody caught COVID, y'all. We still good.
Still good.
No, and then remember we went into we come into the summer. We did our youth march.
Right.
We did our I think it. Oh man. Y'all really asking me to go into the politics.
We did our unofficial family day.
Right, you did that, right?
We gave out the backpacks. We had sneakers.
And that was the second thing, right? Because I DJ'd that, and then it was the first thing you did in June.
That was the youth march.
Right, where you got the sound system and stuff. We went out there and played music, right? We did that, right? And that happened. And then there was the second one where you were giving out the backpacks and the iPads.
Yes,
remember that?
Yes, we gave out 4 iPads.
Yeah. And sneakers.
Yes, we did. We had the Pumas in the house. I'm a Puma girl, though.
Yeah. I mean,
hint, Puma, Puma.
You had in terms of TA presidents, you had a very active year.
I'm not gonna say I haven't been active, but
no, you've been active.
I try to be as active as I can. Right.
And what was that thing in Taino houses? What
was that was where we went to the fundraiser. Mm-hmm. We did the fundraiser
for the judges.
With Harry.
Yeah, with
Harry Rodriguez.
Yeah, that's right. Remember
we had a bunch of interesting interviewers up here. We went with we went through the district leader race. We brought people up here to explain to you I did bring people who explain county committee. I did bring people who explain what the state committee woman was. I did bring people up in here to tell you what a district leader is. I have put out the plan format that you need to follow when you want to take on resident management. That's when Ron Peterson came on here and was talking about the incorporations. January 1st, I'll have 4. A girl is grown, so I'm excited about that. And that's where my monetary gain will come from. And I'm learning about that, and how to, because I find that we all work too hard for nothing.
Yeah.
And, you know, one of the things I have to say is not even to get the monetary gain for me, but for my family members who allow me to dedicate the time that I do. Because it's time taken away from them. Yeah, from your family. You understand? Like my immediate family. Because I consider my development, my family, I consider everybody that I deal with, they become my family, you know. And that's what I've done. Like personal growth, like I stopped yelling at y'all.
Thank the Lord.
You know, I learned.
God!
What I've learned also is that to be precise. I learned to be precise and to know what it is you want to say and be knowledgeable on what it is that you're trying to put forward. So all of you who have been following me for the past year, I will say I hope you enjoyed the journey. Next year is going to be better, bigger, better, more. You know, you're going to get to see different sides
Come on, what about the turkey giveaway? Come on.
You want turkey giveaway?
No, you did that. Remember that?
We did that.
Didn't that happen?
Absolutely.
Right? Ada, how many turkeys was that?
Oh, I have to correct that from
yes.
the first
How many turkeys did we give out, Ada?
174. And that's not including the 12 they put in the refrigerator.
See, I'm saying it was 205 because they put a couple in the fridge.
They kept on putting some in the fridge. So,
so
I just said that other number, but that was me projecting for next year.
Right.
We're going to give over 1,000 next year.
Yeah, we got that. Not only with the turkeys. One of the things I am like totally cool about is, look, y'all, we got our desserts in the Lexington Pizza Parlor where we receive 15% of the proceeds whenever you go buy those little fudge cups and stuff like that. Also, I managed to work a deal out with, with Barcha, and we're going over there to give a thank you. You know what I mean? I've developed so many natural, beautiful relationships. I know so many different chefs now. Like, I'm getting ready to put all my peoples in one room and just see what we're going to create from that. That's you, Rock. Thank you for giving me the opportunity here. And thank you for, going on this journey with me, because I know I can be over the top. But that's what y'all need. You understand what I'm saying? If it's one thing I will tell y'all, no matter what, I always give y'all a laugh.
Oh, believe that.
Listen, you never leave me unless you have a smile. And that's like my whole purpose in life.
Yeah, when we first met, I remember you were like, Rock, we got to do this thing. You got to get a QR code. And I'm like, the fuck is a QR code? We need it. That's all. We need a QR code. And I said, okay, I'll get a QR code. I had to go online and look it up, and then we got a QR code, and
you use it more now than ever.
You know what I'm saying? And you were totally the person that pushed me to do that, because I didn't really know anything about a QR code and that you could actually make one. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. And that was early. And I think it's important that, because I know you don't toot your own horn, right? I know you just kind of like, I'm doing stuff, but sometimes people need to know what you've done, right? And it's not that you're throwing it in their face, but it's just to say, hey, you know what? I'm here. These things I'm done, and this is what I'm doing for you. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be modest, and it's cool to be humble, but also, the squeaky wheel gets the grease at the end of the day. So you gotta. So if you're not gonna toot your horn, I'm gonna toot your horn for you. That's what I'm saying, because I've seen you put in that work. You know what I'm saying? Since day one, since we met. You know what I'm saying? So, and you've been great. And I see the work you put in for your community and politically, and all of those things. So, congratulations to you on a really great 2021.
Aw, look. I got a big head.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to be able to lead a room.
Yeah, it was a really good 2021 for you.
It really was. Even though I might not have been as consistent, I was consistent with the material.
Right.
That's one thing I always...
No, and then
I
you
love
did this.
this.
And I think that probably what you should do, since you have the chefs, is maybe once a month or whatever, you should invite one in to talk about their restaurant.
Absolutely.
And the things that they do. You know what I'm saying? Like
While you sit here and taste their food.
Absolutely, yes. It's all about the food for me, people. I'm just saying. Selfish. They got to bring plates in, But you might want to just do that just to kind of give back to them, right?
that's what I like, for real. That's what I envision, and it's coming together. And I'm glad you said that, because like I might seem like I'm this outgoing person, but I'm also kind of reserved,
right?
And that's where I kind of stay, because I could get you see the odds, I could be the green-eyed monster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give me all into myself and like yo, but no, that's what I want. I want this show, in its growing, I want to promote everything local. Like my hair is local. My nails, they stay on fleek. That's local. I don't travel, like, put it like this. I'm within walking distance and getting what I need to get done. I'm within walking distance from even receiving a meal. You understand? And that's what I want to do. I want to give promos and everything to the local mom and pop shops, because they need it. They're dying. They're a dying breed, and corporate America is taking over. And it goes back to what I was saying when I brought up the sneaker stores, the mom and pop sneaker stores versus the name brand sneaker store, as far as like Puma, Nike, and stuff like that. They are limiting the sizes that they're giving the mom and pop stores. So usually when they would be able to order, because like a popular size, I'm gonna just use a size 9 for women. That's a popular size. Now that's the size you're gonna order the most. So when it comes to the mom and pop shops, they would only allow them 4. That 4 is gonna sell out, and if you get any more of the other stock, that sits. So what happens? It's less sales going into that mom and pop store, and then you're shifted over either to online or to the name store in which you want to purchase your sneakers in. So brick and mortar, they say, is dying, but it's nothing like a mom and pop shop. It's nothing like a local community store. It is so much that they give to us, and I want to start giving back to them. So thank you, Rock, for elaborating on that. And that's where we're gonna grow, because it's about self-promotion. It's about promoting others who are just like you, because we are. Well, not Rock Logic, but I consider we are the nobodies who have something to say.
Me too. I'm just a guy. That's all I am. I'm just a guy doing some podcasting.
Mm-hmm. But in my head, like, you're this big guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got all these platinum records, and I'm kind of intimidated, but. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring like more music. I want to bring more.
You need to get to rapping.
More of you need to everything. Also, I'm still gonna bring you the Niger News, because what we didn't cover. Shout out to Safe Section 9 in the Bronx. They had a rally, unfortunately I wasn't able to go. They had a rally on Friday, which is yesterday, at 4:30 p.m. in the Bronx, protesting around the money that's coming into public housing from Chuck Schumer. And this was something, we as leaders always have to be leery of, because they came in and, we want to be supportive of it. But now in the legislation, if you look into how it's written, a lot of the money that is put under public housing will go to Section 8 and public-private partnerships, which is RAD, Blueprint, or whatever they want to call it. So again, in order for us to take a stand, we have to. Again, in order for us to take a stand, we have to incorporate. We have to get the word out about what resident management means to your development. And also shout out to Sika, Dr. Fields, with the petition, who is prompting Eric Adams to shoot down the blueprint, because again, in that meeting, they moving forward with that blueprint still, guys. I'll tell you, for one, I found out through some paperwork that Washington Houses is slated for PACT, which is RAD, at the end of 2022. That's why we're burning through our money. That's why we have a lot of things going on. But I will be in my management office, and I will like to know the budget for the year. So coming for the new year, I will be in my manager's office asking for the budget for Washington houses, knowing where the allocations are being driven, why the allocations are being driven that way. So, it's just me being on top of things and you guys keeping me on my toes. Let me know, like, girl, you not fly. Like, you need to polish up on this. Because you know what? That's the only way we're going to reach where we need to go. Because a lot of people tell us to reach for the stars. I don't know if you noticed that, right? You always tell your kids, reach for the stars. But in life, we know to reach for a star is very unattainable. So in actuality, you're trying to tell your child to reach for an unattainable goal when you're telling them to reach for the stars. That's why you tell your children to be a star. A star can shine from anywhere, because even a fallen star, you see their glow. So I want all of you, not just the stars on the Christmas tree, all of you to be that star. Be the star that you know you can be. Be that star. Be that beacon of light. Be that person that our future generation can look up to and say, you know what? She or he is doing something. Let me check it out. Because that's the whole point. You want to be checked out. You want people to pay attention for the right reasons.
I want to leave everybody with a thought, something they could do for next year. Everybody walks around with this little cute box or the cellular phone. Well, now we want to call them smartphones. Take 10 minutes of your time and stop watching the gossip news, TMZ. Stop watching everything for like 10 minutes and pick up your phone and educate yourself. Educate yourself. Pick a topic and Google it and read it. And learn. If you want to learn about nature, all this information is in your phone. Start learning. Nature gets away with half of the stuff they get away with because we don't educate ourselves on what needs to be educated on. Because if we knew about it, we would stop it before they do it. But we all like to sit there and gossip and pick up the phone and complain to our neighbor and complain to our family members of stuff that nature's doing or that nature didn't do, but then we bump into them in the street and they're like, oh, but this is broken. And you ask them, where's the ticket number? Oh, I haven't put a ticket number in, but you're complaining about it. Let's educate ourselves. Let's put ourselves up to date. And it only takes 10 minutes. Take 10 minutes. Educate yourself. Find out what's going on. The same way I'm saying, I'll be 50 in March, and I'm still educating myself. Today's event, I wasn't supposed to be there, but why did I go? Because I wanted to learn. I wanted to broaden my horizons and know what's going on. If you don't know who your assemblyman is, educate yourself and find out who that assemblyman is. If you don't know who your politicians are, educate yourself and find out who you are. Us nature people, back in the days, maybe when that old lady, what was her name? The old chairwoman? Shoulder was on, and you used to call the number to put in the ticket. They used to say that the population of nature residents was as big as Boston. Remember that? Mm-hmm. So that means we can make a difference. We can change things if we just apply and educate ourselves. And trust me, when you educate, you're going to be like, whoa, nature gets away with a lot of stuff they shouldn't get away with. But again, we need to educate ourselves and open our minds and put a stop to it. You'll be surprised of things we can stop.
So,
Merry Christmas.
We've rocked an hour and a half.
There you go.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everybody and happy holidays. Have a safe Christmas. And may you have lots of gifts.
Happy, jolly Christmas. And a happy New Year.
I had to put that. This is Mi Gente, Mi People, and we are signing off until 2022.
Wow. Come back, y'all.
Come back.
Strangers.
Right? Don't be strangers. Come back. And I guess we'll do probably the Saturday after the 2nd, which is like around the 9th or the 10th, because I'd probably be inebriated.
I thought about that. You know,
my birthday is the 2nd, so I'm
Capricorn in
I'm gonna celebrate my birthday from here on out.
I don't blame you, bro. All right, big bro, look at you.
Yeah, because the last Natchez show is gonna be
birthday.
And I'm having a party.
The 8th. It will be the 8th.
Yeah, it'll be the 8th. And I'm having a party at the Shrine on January 19th. You're all invited to come down to the Shrine.
Oh, y'all heard it first.
134th Street and what was that? Adam Clayton. Mm-hmm. So on the party starts at 7. We're gonna rock till 4 a.m. that day, and
tickets.
You can just pay at the door, and we got people showing up to come and perform. I believe the price to get in is $15. For real? Which ain't even crazy. That's it.
Wait a minute. So $15.
Yeah.
So I'll be a VIP for that?
Yeah, you VIP, baby. We're gonna sit you by the stage.
Oh,
we're gonna sit Claudia by the stage.
So at least we gotta come out with an outfit,
right?
Ooh.
So it's gonna be that kind of night on January 19th, and once again, all of you are invited. Whoever's listening, we're gonna have a good time. I'll be 55, so
Amen.
I'm enjoying that.
Yes.
Big 55. So
look at that. Did we ever think we would be these ages, even though I'm young,
and still be cool?
Listen, I
55 used to be old to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right? When you were younger, at 30 used to be old to me. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, he's 30. Oh my God. This nigga's a senior citizen. So, Al Pizarro's 65. He's 10 years older than me, and I had no idea of that.
Bless his heart. For real?
He's 65 years old. Yeah, I had no idea. So, the generation of hip hop, for some reason, we are well preserved. Right?
Listen,
we don't really look like that.
Listen, y'all are all hip hop. Y'all better stop playing.
Word. So we're doing it. Mm-hmm. And I will see all of you in 2022. Tomorrow night, we have the One Night Show, and I believe Hip Hop and Politics is on at 2 o'clock, and One Night is on at
4 p.m.
At 4 p.m. And I will see you tomorrow. And then we are going to do, I'm talking to the team. I'm talking to Robin and Gary and Rocky to see if we're going to do the show on Friday, which is Christmas Eve, actually. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to see about that. Last year, we actually did a Christmas Eve show.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? And we came in dressed up and stuff, and we actually did like.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. We actually came in dressed up, and I had on the top hat and all this stuff. So we'll probably do that again this year, and I'll probably violate some Facebook rules because last year we actually did it because James Brown died. During Christmas.
And then they took it down. I remember watching it.
Yeah, we did.
No, Robin had the rocking outfit though.
Yeah, she did.
She did the most with that.
Yeah,
yes, she did.
So I'm thinking about we're gonna do that this Christmas Eve. You know what I'm saying?
That's festive.
So I'll see y'all Friday. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll see you on Friday. God bless and good night, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Mi gente, my people.
And we out, y'all. Peace.